Hey, it's Christopher, your Bronze Age nerd. Today, let's talk about why bad idea is a bad idea. So, there's this new company line launching called Bad Idea. So, let's go over what Bad Idea's original concepts are, many of which I think are very interesting and could work in the comics industry. One of those concepts is that they will only offer up to 2 titles a month. So if they have comic line A and comic line B, that's it. They won't have comic line C. The second thing they're doing is they are not going to do any second printings. The only thing they're going to have is, as I understand it, 1 second print run that they're going to call not first printing. And I believe that's actually going to be on the cover as well of those comics. They're also not going to collect any of their issues into trade paperbacks, and they're not going to offer their comics digitally. They're not going to allow pre-orders through Diamond or Lunar or the other typical comics distribution channels. They only will be selling direct to comic stores. And the way that that's going to work is comic stores have to order the same number of every issue of any of their series. If they order 1,000 copies of issue number 1 for a series, they have to order 1,000 copies of issues 2, 3, and 4 for that comic. However long the comic runs, they have to order the same number of issues for each number. That's an important point because a lot of comics have massive sales for a number 1 and then drop off exponentially for 2, then 3, then 4. You'll have huge fall offs for those subsequent issues. And that happens with every comic, just to be clear, but it also especially hits independents much harder. Bad Idea is trying to buck the system on a lot of these trends that people don't like. And I want to give a quick reaction to this concept. In some ways, a lot of these moves are pro comic shop. I respect a lot of these ideas. Where I have a problem with Bad Idea, and why I think it might be a bad idea, is that Bad Idea is not selling to me. They're not going to sell at any comic book shop that's anywhere remotely close to where I live. And the comic shops that are close to me are not all that close. They're still half an hour to 40 minutes away. They weren't going to opt in. They don't have the kind of volume to sustain what Bad Idea is looking for. I can't drive to the nearest major city on a regular basis to get these comics. I can't pre-order them anywhere. There were a few comic shops, Midtown, for example, that were doing online orders. They sold out very fast before I even heard about it. There's just no way for me to buy these comics. The one comic store that I deal with a lot online is Comics Elite, and Comics Elite even posted about this. They let people know what's going on. And this has nothing to do with Comics Elite decision, but they're not going to sell them online. They're only going to sell them in store, and their physical store is in Indiana. So there's no way I can travel to Indiana. I don't live there. I can't get these at any comic shop without driving many hours away and hopefully getting lucky. So I don't have a way to read these comics unless I go to the secondary market and I pay extra money to somebody who isn't Bad Idea to buy these comics. I think if Bad Idea really wanted this to be a consumer friendly move, the only and still stick true to their ethos of what they're trying to do here, they should have let me enter my address into a web form on their website and seen that I'm not close to any retailer that's going to be carrying these, and allow me to pre-buy all 4 issues or whatever of their first couple comics that are coming out, so that I already agreed ahead of time to order individual copies of every issue in that series, and also do the limit 1 per customer. They'd have my address and my shipping information, so they know that I'm only buying 1. They're not willing to do that. And therefore, there's literally no way for me to buy a comic from Bad Idea that is directly contributing to Bad Idea's bottom line. And so I'm not going to. I'm not going to be supporting Bad Idea unless this changes and they come up with some sort of a workaround that allows me to buy comics from them. I don't have a way to do it, and so I will not be buying from them. And therefore, I think Bad Idea was a bad idea. That actually was a good idea that never followed through on its potential. There's a lot of stuff I like here. I hope somebody takes a concept similar to Bad Idea and delivers on it in a way that is friendly to comic shops and readers. Until then, I really can't see myself partaking in what they're trying to do. And I'm curious on your thoughts. If you'd let me know in the comments below what you think about Bad Idea. Were you able to get your hands on any of the comics? What do you think about them? And what do you think of this idea? Do you think there's any good stuff about this that other companies should try to emulate? If you want to let me know in the comments below how you feel about this, I'd really like to hear about it. As always, I do appreciate you watching my videos, and I appreciate your comments, your likes, all that stuff. And remember, hey, 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 read comics every day.